Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanacharya Yamunatira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadramaya Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol युगधर्म श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तनम की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 27th chapter. Attack by Chandavega on the city of King Puranjana. Text number 25. Dva imau anushocanti balavasad avagrahau yalloka shatropanantam narati natadichati. Dva imau anushocanti बालावसद अवग्रहो यल्लोकशत्रुपनन्तं नराति न तदच्छति. द्वा इमाव अनुशोचन्ति बालावसद अवग्रहो यल्लोकशत्रुपनन्तं नराति न तदिच्छति. यल्लोकशस्त्रोपनन्तं नराति न तदिच्छति. लोकशस्त्रोपनन्तं माता इस त्वामिमामनुशोचन्ति शत्रुपन. What word meaning? Dvau, two kinds. Imau, these. Anushocanti, they lament. Balau, ignorant. Asat, the foolish. Avagrahau, taking the path of Yat, that which. Loka, by custom. Shastra, by scripture. Upantam, presented. Na, never. Rati, follows. Na, neither. Tat, that. Ichchati, desires. Translation. One who does not give charity according to the customs or injunctions of the scripture, and one who does not accept charity in that way, are considered to be in the mode of ignorance. Such persons follow the path of foolish. Surely they must lament at the end. Purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. It is here stated that one should strictly follow the scriptures if one actually wants an auspicious life. The same is explained in Bhagavad Gita 16:23. Yashastramidi usridya vartate kamakarataha न च सिद्धिं न वाप्नोति न सुखं न param gatim. He who disregards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness, nor the supreme destination. One who does not strictly follow the terms of Vedic injunctions never attains success in this life or happiness. What to speak of going home back to Godhead? One Shastric injunction holds that a householder, a Kshatriya, or an administrative head should not refuse to accept a woman if she voluntarily requests to become a wife. Since Kalakanya, the daughter of time, was deputed by Narada Muni to offer herself to Yavana Raja, the king of the Jai Shri Shada Madan Mohan ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramaya ki, Shri Shri Gaunita ki, Shri Prabhupada ki. One Shastric injunction holds that a householder, a Kshatriya, or an administrative head should not refuse to accept a woman if she voluntarily requests to become a wife. Since Kalakanya, the daughter of time, was deputed by Narada Muni to offer herself to Yavana Raja, the king of Yavanas could not refuse her. All transactions must be performed in the light of Shastric injunctions. The Shastric injunctions are confirmed by great sages like Narada Muni. As stated by Narottam Dasa Thakur, Sadhu Shastra Guru Vakya Chittate Karya Aikya. One should follow the principles of saintly persons, scriptures, and spiritual master. In this way, one is sure to attain success in life. Kalakanya, the daughter of time, presented herself before the king of the Yavanas precisely in terms of Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru. Thus, there was no reason for not accepting her. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमा ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिनि नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमा प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्या नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, seeking blessings from His Grace Anandmai Prabhu and all the assembled Vaishnavas, so that I can repeat whatever I try to learn from superior spiritual masters and teachings of Srila Prabhupada for my own purification and as a service to all the Vaishnavas. This chapter is somewhat complicated in terms of so many analogies, and so please bear with me if I fall short in so many ways. Please forgive me for anything. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, one verse comes about Maya Mugdasya Jivera Nahi Swatera Krishna Jnan. Jivera Krupara Koile Krishna Veda Purana. So living entity in so much in ignorance, uh, he has no idea actually where he is, what he is doing, uh, in which direction life is going. So in that way, he is in so much ignorance. So out of great mercy, Lord Krishna gave Veda and Purana. So it is so by studying that, we'll understand about our precarious condition in this world. Otherwise, we may think that everything is all right, everything is wonderful. So this story of Puranjana is about everyone's story. It is Narada Muni speaking in very allegorical manner. Uh, Pura refers to city, and Jana one who resides in the city, Puranjana. And at one point of time, Narada Muni speaks also, is you only. In the 15th chapter, in the 15th sloka, around reveals actually, he is none other than it is you only, and he continues that. And and here the chapter name is Attack by Chandavega on the city of King Puranjana. So Prabhupada explains the Chandavega is the time factor. So time is attacking our mortal body. Bhagavatam says, Ayurhariti Vaipumsam Mudyannastanchayannasau Tasyarde Yatkshano Nita Uttama Shloka Vartaya. So every day and night actually our time is reducing and we are going close to death. So unfortunately people are celebrating Happy New Year, Happy New Year. you know recently in the Happy New Year also 10 days are over. you know Out of 365 days, 10 days are over. Out of 52 weeks, 2 weeks are almost over. So time is running very very fast. So and we are in so much ignorance actually. In Bhagavad Gita also one verse comes, Yatate moha khalilam buddhir vyatitarishati. And we have to pass through a dense darkness of ignorance actually in life. And after you make a journey for a prolonged period of time, go through the ignorance, and one day, you know, you may get a light. So like that, there is, if you go to from Mumbai to Pune, on the way there's so many tunnels come actually. The train goes through so many tunnels. And after some time again light comes, again tunnel will come again. After some time light comes. So our life is full of clarifying so many misunderstandings which we have developed, and we come out of some misconception, and still there are a lot of misconceptions are there. So like that we pass through one misconceptions in life, and gradually evolve in our understanding about ourself and relationship with Krishna. And one day we will finally come to some understanding. And again, if you are not careful, that is also again get covered also. In that way, ignorance is the very dangerous thing in this world. The most dangerous thing is ignorance, because ignorance is the root cause of all the problems. But there is something more dangerous than ignorance also, it is said. So what is dangerous more ignorance is, that is arrogance. Arrogance is considered more dangerous than ignorance also. So ignorance is there, but somebody is arrogant. He is not. He doesn't admit, that something is going wrong in my life. So, in one conversation, one interesting statement Prabhupada is saying that there are fools and rascals. Prabhupada uses that word quite often. And he said, the fool is better than rascal. Why? Because a fool doesn't know, a rascal doesn't want to know. So, this world is full of fools and rascals actually. So, rascal is one actually who uh, is arrogant. Actually, he doesn't want to know first of all. So we have ignorance, and more dangerous is ignorance of the ignorance is greater dangerous thing. So here it is explained about that we have to follow the scriptures very diligently. So Prabhupada is referring here that uh, Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter, last verse. So if you see in the 16th chapter, Krishna divides the whole section of people into two. One is Daivi, one another is Asuri. And explains the qualities of Daivi Sampat and explains the qualities of Asuri. And in the end, he concludes with one sloka. Who is Daivi, who is Asuri? He says, those who are following scriptures, they are Daivi Sampat. Who doesn't follow the scripture, they are Asuri. Like that, Krishna closes the chapter. But 17th chapter again, Arjuna asks very interesting question. Some people do not follow the scripture, but they have their own faith. They have Shraddha. So where it comes? So nowadays this can be seen actually very much. People don't follow the scripture. They manufacture their own different devatas, different process of worship. But that doesn't you don't find in any scripture that things. you know Typically we see during Ganeshji festival different types of Ganapati are made actually. you know One is Raitu Ganapati. He has turban and he is riding bullock cart. That is Raitu Ganapati. Farmer Ganapati. There is a Ganapati who playing cricket. Cricket playing Ganapati, and playing flute Ganapati, and that cricket guitar playing Ganapati. I saw one Ganapati dancing on Kaliya also. You know, who is dancing on Kaliya like that actually. Bike Ganapati, riding bike. If you collect. So devotees saw him, people are prompting. So like that actually, Bahubali Ganapati. Huh? Sitting on Garuda. Acha. So like that actually, so many varieties of Shraddha. People are having Shraddha, but they have their own ways of doing things actually. So what is their destination? Arjuna asks actually, and so many people are there who worship some so-called gods with great Shraddha. And there are people who died remembering them also. I always wonder what will happen to them. you know so Krishna explains actually these are all different kinds of taste actually. It's a flavor kind of thing. You like vanilla flavor, somebody likes strawberry flavor. Like that. It's all, there is nothing to do with spirituality, all these things. you know and Krishna explains in which guna they are situated, that's more important ultimately, doing this and that. And he explains there are uh, gunas influence actually so many other factors also. There is austerity in three modes. Krishna explains there is you know charity in three modes, knowledge in three modes, determination in three modes. Like that, so many things he explains which are there in the three modes. It said in Bhagavad Gita there are 700 slokas. 100 slokas are about three modes only out of 700 slokas. So here also, in one sense, the charity should not be given, to anybody and everybody, and should not be accepted also in that way. So, but it is said many times people follow the general mass of people. Hmm? So that's what it is said here in this word. Yalloka Shastropanantam. Means many times people say, Sab kuch kar rahe, everybody is doing that. So we are also doing the same thing. So uh, just because everybody is doing, wrong will not become right. Uh, just because nobody is doing, right will not become wrong. So the problem is that actually we follow the majority. Because everybody is doing, we are also doing. Just because everybody is doing, that doesn't mean that actually, you know, right is wrong or wrong is right. So here about charity is explained actually. It is in this verse. So charity is also there in three modes. Very interesting actually. So once in one of the class, His Holiness Loknath Maharaj speaking, he personally saw actually once. Once he was in Varanasi and somebody is distributing Coca-Cola on the banks of Ganga. He is distributing Coca-Cola, and he was so surprised, and he happened to ask them why you are doing that, and he told that yesterday our father departed from this world, you know. And when he was brought there, and he was somehow inspired to remember Lord Shiva, and they are asking, remember Bambam Bola means Lord Shiva, and he was great fan of Coca-Cola, you know, and he chanted the name of Coca-Cola and he died. And as his last desire, they they are distributing Coca-Cola to the passers-by. So, I this is the one of the typical example of charity in mode of ignorance actually. And recently we know that elections are over. You know, before elections, the politicians give a lot of charity. You know, in terms of meat and wine and no so many money and so many things actually typical. They're all actually charity in mode of ignorance. This will completely, you know, useless for the person who is receiving also, and person is giving also is at also at great danger. So here actually if you see, and the living entity is completely entrapped in this world uh, by his own sinful desires, which are, sin is nothing but which is not in line with Guru Shadu and Shastra, that itself is sinful activity. So, Shankaracharya, in one of the Karavalamba Stotra, he says, Samsara Vrikshamagabhijamananta Karma Shakayitam Karnapatra Pushpam Arahya Dukka Falinam Patitam Dayalo Lakshmi Nusimha Mama Dehi Karavalambham. And he says, Samsara Vriksha, this Vriksha of material world, the Agabhija Mananta Karma, that seed is sinful desire. That is the seed of Samsara Vriksha. That it grows and it has so many shakas, so many branches, and fruits and flowers. And what is the fruit of this tree? Ananga Pushpam. It is a Cupid's desire for sex desire. Hmm. And he says, Arahya, I have climbed this tree so many times and try to enjoy that fruit. And I have fallen back into this material world and only I got only misery. So he explains. So, uh, day for yesterday also, Prabhuji is explaining, as soon as the person becomes bodily consciousness, the immediate reaction is actually he get entangled by sex desire. And he try to enjoy that again and again and again, and he gets more and more entangled in this world. So in this way, the person loses the complete discrimination power in this world. So it is said everybody should have common sense, but Common sense is not so common. It is very uncommon thing to be found in this world. You know. So the Shastra refers that with a word called Viveka. And Shankaracharya also said Viveka Chudamani. You know. So in the Mukundamala Stotra, Kulashekara Alvar also uses that. Andasya me hruta Viveka Mahadanasya Chore Mahabali Vrindriya Namade Mohandakara Kore Vinipatitasya Devesi Deva Krupanasya Karavalambham. So he says, we have one great wealth. That wealth is not money, education, or fame and followers. This is not the wealth actually. What is the wealth? He says, Viveka Mahadanasya. So that is the greatest wealth actually. So if somebody loses that wealth, what the result is that actually he falls into a great deep well of ignorance. And we see there are so many people in this world, they have so many riches is there, bodily strength is there, fame is there, but what is the problem is they have lost the wealth of viveka. So result is in their next life what will happen, you see, they will become some low born species of pigs, dogs, you know, and goats and trees. So they have to live at the mercy of so many people. So now they may be very rich people, but they don't have the wealth of Viveka. Because they don't have wealth of Viveka, the next life is very, very troublesome. Sometimes we see actually in the place where we stay, some dogs will be there and some goats are there. You know, I always feel in their previous life what they could be. They could be very, very rich people, could be very big industrialist, could be. Now they are, you know, living at the mercy of the juta of so many people throw, and and that's their destination. Because why? Because such a rich person in the previous life, why they ended up becoming like this? It is not because of they don't have wealth. So they lost the wealth of Viveka. Hmm. So this wealth of Viveka, if a person loses actually, that is the greatest loss actually. And he cannot carry forward whatever wealth he had and whatever knowledge he has previous life, nothing will come actually. In this world we can bribe anybody, we can bribe the police or anything, but nobody can bribe the laws of nature. Nobody can bribe Yamaraj or Yamadutas, you cannot manage with money there. You cannot tackle them with money. So this you know knowledge of discrimination is very, very great wealth actually. And Kulshekhar Alvar is telling actually that is plundered. That great Mahadana is plundered by Chore, who they are thieves, and Mahabali. They are very, very stout and strong actually. And if thief is very powerful, actually you cannot defend yourself, right? He will steal and he will, he will kill you also. He can kill you. So in that way, he is telling there are thieves who are very strong and stout. They have stolen the wealth of my viveka, discrimination power, and have thrown me into a deep dark well. So who are those thieves? Here he is telling Chore Mahabalbi Indriya Namade. They are none other than my own senses. Thieves are not there somewhere else. They are within us only, who are stealing our great wealth of discrimination power. And in that way, they are blinding us actually. So, here, in one sense, the Yavana Raja, he is following the Shastra, he is accepting the Kalakanya who is coming to her, who is coming to him. Can you imagine? Yavana is also following the Shastra. Actually, the Varnashrama contains only the four things actually: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And above them they are Mlecha, Yavana, and Chandala. So they are outside Varnashrama people. So Kali Yuga is full of people who are outside Varnashrama only. But still, he is also following the rules somewhat. And one of the rule Prabhupada is writing here that actually administrator cannot reject a woman who comes to him and accept want. So I think something similar story come in Mahabharata. Bhima was, proposed by Hidimbi, you know, Hidimbi Rakshasi, and no, and Bhima says no. At that time, Kunti says no, you cannot reject him, you cannot reject her, you have to marry. So in that way, Bhima accepts that Hidimbi and born Gatotkacha. You know, of course, that consequences are there. So in that way, if you follow the Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, actually, we are very, very safe. We have to always refer. This is a triangle. It is said whenever you have any doubt in your life, you this is a check and balance system. Mm, by checking the reference of Guru and Sadhu and Shastra. Mm. So we have to accept anything which is favorable to execute Krishna consciousness, and we have to reject anything which is not favorable to Krishna consciousness. So many times it is said actually bhakti is the path of utilization, not of rejection. But again it is said we have to accept which is favorable to Krishna consciousness and reject which is not favorable to Krishna consciousness. Many times we refer that verse Rupa Goswami says, Anasaktasya Vishyan. So anything which can be used, that is called Yukta Vairagya Uchate. So, but still we can see in our line that so there is rejection also is there. Sanatana Goswami rejected that Sparshamani, he kept it in Kachra, you know. And Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami rejected the government post. Raghunath Das Goswami rejected the wealth. No, so we have to again know our adhikar, how much we can engage everything in the Krishna service. Otherwise, the contamination will come, and we have to be careful about it. And the qualities of Brahmana is explained actually that Dana and Pratigraha. He accepts the charity and he gives also in charity. So Prabhupada writes in Nectar of Instructions, one of the purport, that we receive so many donations from our members of the organization, and we give them in return prasadam and knowledge about how to progress in Krishna consciousness. In that way, we accept the charity and we also give in charity. So that is the mutual reciprocation. So in that way, the knowledge of actually how to advance in Krishna consciousness, it is most precious knowledge which can disentangle from this material world and help us to go back to Godhead. It is most precious thing actually which we have received from our superiors, and we are also given that opportunity to share that knowledge to others. So many other times actually we don't understand what we are living for, and what we are given the opportunity to contribute. So I had two interesting stories. I will conclude with that. So both are actually very inspired in my personal life. So they are two real stories. You know. So one of the thing is that in America, once one of the rocket launching station is there, like we have here. So in that, that American President Kennedy happened to visit that place, and he, when went to that place and he visited everything, and he happened to go to washroom. I know, and there he went and he did what supposed to be done. And once he was coming, he saw it is so spotlessly clean. I know, he was so surprised. Such a clean thing. And he saw one person is there who is very meticulously cleaning it actually. And he talked to him and he asked actually, what inspires you to do this service so attentively. And the answer which he gave is very very shocking. And he says, I'm not cleaning toilets. I am the member of the team which sends a man on the moon. you know I am part of the team which is sending a man on the moon. you know it is very surprising answer actually, if you see, but it is true also. you know Even though what he's doing is not something technical directly into that, but he's contributing in that whole setup. So he identified himself with that team of people who are sending a man on the moon. Whether man went to the moon or not, it is it is questionable thing, but so it is very very instructive actually. So, and he's thinking his contribution is very very valuable. Very very valuable. Whatever he's doing may be very indirect thing, but his contribution is making lot of difference. So similarly, one more story comes about once Subhash Chandra Bose is giving one talk about you know political freedom of India, and he is inspiring the people to join in that Azad Hind Fauj. So in that, after he gave his discourse, so many people got inspired and joined. One of the person who is a lame person, he also came forward and he also volunteered. I also want to join. And then he saw and he told that maybe actually you may not able to make much contribution if you can you know withdraw your this thing. Then what he said actually. you know he told, I will able to reduce one bullet from the enemy's you know uh, gun. I will able to reduce one bullet. That is my contribution, and I will be so happy if I can do that. you know and hearing that, all the people got so much inspired. So it is very important actually in our life also. How much may be our contribution, it may be even very small, but that is very very big also in terms of delivering one living entity also from this material world. So it is very very big thing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Namo Mahavadanyaya avatar. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratushe Namaha. So he is giving great charity, and we are also given that same opportunity by the mercy of Prabhupada to contribute in some small way. So in that way, we are also given the opportunity to give charity, which is the distributing the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is very very great thing actually. But many of the times we get carried away by so many externals, and we think that it is not so much what we are contributing is not so important. So, but according to Guru and Sadhu and Shastra, if you can carefully observe, it is very, very great opportunity we are being given to participate in this mission of Prabhupada and render some insignificant service, but that is not insignificant, that is very, very significant. So, thank you very much for all your patient hearing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, His Grace Anandamai